Greetings one and all to this week's episode of Tenno Clock. I am your slightly conscious host, Xeno G Lion, and this is your more competent doing a meme thing host, MDRLOz. Doing a meme thing.
Yeah, I didn't mean to. Didn't meme to.
Didn't mean to. Right, so still on the compressed time, moving on. Emblems. So I don't know, I really like yours, but then I forgot what I actually submitted myself. And there's like Grenier and corpus text written on it. I imagine
I want to fail yours for one reason.
Go on.
The Footsteps of War is not
Centered?
in line. Yeah, it's not centered into the for no reason. I can't. If there was a reason why, I could understand it, but I can't really justify why it's like that. It's like it's not like it's down one side or it's off at an angle. It's slightly in a cool way, in a different way. It's just off. I don't get why.
Yeah. Yeah, yours wins. But if you wish,
only due to a technicality, I think yours is generally better.
Yeah,
mine's just simple and nice. I do like. I mean, as you say, I love the corpus tech. I love the corpus text. I love the Grenier text on there. Footsteps of War is kind of a cool name. I assume that Demon Kubro with a horn in its head is kind of cool.
100% sure, but yeah,
it's a really cool logo, but it's just ruined by that one bit because now my head's doing this, and I'm just like,
yeah,
maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll work, and I just can't make it work.
Yeah, but I also really like the simplicity of yours as well.
It's all right.
So, if you wish to win 150 platinum for your platform of choice, please go in the description below where you'll see these two emblems. I will have Loz throw something at me. He'll make a list if I fail to do it for Monday. Loz is like, yes, I'm going to make a list. So, there'll be these two emblems. Put your in-game name in correctly. Make sure you get that correct, otherwise D won't find you. Select your platform of choice. And in 2 weeks' time, you have a chance of winning 150 platinum! Platinum! I expected some kind of enthusiasm from Loz.
I was thinking if we could do a competition one day where we get all the emblems on one giant Google Sports page and have like rounds in which we can knock them out slowly to see what was the best emblem we've ever had.
Sure, you do that tournament style. Sure, you do that tournament style.
Maybe.
But then would it be just my emblems against...
Just all emblems. Just
no,
emblems,
but would it be a tryout? Sorry, oh god, would it be just my emblems against themselves until the last one, or would it be each episode?
Interesting idea.
Yeah,
we'll put it on hold before we go down this rabbit hole.
Okay.
Shelve it for now because we'll come back to that. It's a cool idea.
Right,
let's move on.
Dojo dusting. So in the description below, there will be a link to a Twitter post where I am giving away a Titania Prime. It is through Twitter. It's really simple. All you have to do...
Titania Prime Access.
Sorry, Titania Prime Razor Wing Access. I think you'll find, Loz.
Indeed.
And
specificity.
Mm-hmm. All you have to do is like, comment, retweet, and follow my account. And on the 30th...
When you say retweet, you mean retweet the specific tweet?
Yes, yeah, retweet the specific tweet.
We will have a link in the description of this video.
Yeah. Do not do a commented retweet. It has to be a comment and a retweet as two separate things. And I have built, or I'm in the process of building, a tool to actually pick a random winner out of the pool. There are so many people that have half entered, but comparatively so few people that have actually met all four criteria. And you don't have to give a serious comment. It's just like, why do you deserve Titania Prime access? You know, silly answers only. That's it. It's, you know, you could say absolutely anything. One person said, because I need to feed her, as I feed Oberon Prime to her, or something like that, which is just, you know, say whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You could just put because. And yeah, on the 30th of April, my bot thing will go ahead and pick a winner, and then I'll send that on to DE. I'll announce the winner on May 1st, and EE will handle it from there.
Cool.
Yep. Everyone go for it. Don't bother. Oh no, I won't do it. No, just go for it. Just go for it. Because you get the platinum as well. I think. I'm pretty sure you do. Because the platinum, the 4K platinum.
What, in the Prime Access? Yeah, that's part of it.
Yeah. So, everyone go for it. Everyone go for it.
Yeah, no reason not to.
Right. That's it for... Oh, and obviously we're still doing the compressed episodes. We're also suspending all guest episodes because we want our guests to have full, proper length episodes until the lockdown in the UK has been lifted, which God knows when that'll be. So, yeah, moving on. To the cards. No, yeah, cards. Right, moving on to the cards. Unless you had anything you wanted to add.
No, it's fine.
Okay, first card of the week. How are you finding Scarlet Spear? I knew you said Spectres of the Rail. Scarlet Spear week 1.
I thought you were going to say Scarlet Gear or something.
No, Spectres of the Rail. So, how are you finding Scarlet Spear week 1? 42 people responded. 19% said negative. That should have been negatively. 33% said positively, and 47% said neutral.
No, they didn't.
Neutral?
You spelt it wrong.
How are you supposed to spell it?
It's NEU.
Well, I put that in. It came back with a spelling mistake.
Really? I just want to check this one. I'm pretty sure. Neutral. Yeah, it's NEU.
Okay, cool. I wish I could actually change those.
I mean, it's still phonetically pronounced the same. I mean, how would you do NUE? It'd be new and then neutral. So I don't know, but it's just how it is.
Neutral. Right, then...
So that's quite interesting. I think that's quite interesting because I've seen nothing but people... I mean, I don't mind it. I think it's an all right event. It's long-lasting. It's fun. I can just pick it up with friends. I think it's pretty cool. I've had some good experiences with it. It's a bit janky, but I haven't found it that bad. I thought it's all right. There's nothing but negativity on Reddit and things.
Yes. Well, negativity. Reddit is a cesspool of negativity.
Oh, no, I like that you coined a word there. Regativity.
Yeah, it's regativity. Cool.
Regativity.
Moving on to the next one.
Yeah.
Are you running Scarlet Spear with pubbies?
Okay.
40 people responded. 20% said occasionally. 35% said no. And 45% said yes. Now, I fall into the occasionally, but that's mostly because I have like 3 people with me, and then a fourth will just jump in. So a part of me feels like maybe I should just say no, I don't. But anyway, what about you? Have you done anything that's just like full pubby?
Not full pubby, no.
Yeah.
No, yeah. Many people have been doing it.
Cool. Third card was, what have you mostly run? So ground or space. 38 people responded. 47% said space. 52% said ground.
I don't know if this is just magically balanced or...
What do you mean?
ID. Well, sorry, did you finish both of them?
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is quite like an amazing set of scales here. That it's like literally people don't do ground. Sorry, people do ground because they don't like railjack, but then people do space because they realize it's better for points, and that these two things almost magically balance each other. People's hatred of railjack versus the fact that it gets more points. So it's like, but Earth's just easier because it's not railjack. But I get more points this way. They seem to be perfect balance. When I despise the ground missions.
In all honesty,
space missions.
I prefer space missions, but I always find that they are the weak point thus far of the event. The fact that
they are, they have to be done to finish it off.
No,
it's unlimited kill codes.
It's not just that. It's like, the number of times I've done one and the kill codes just fly by, and I don't finish 5 rounds of 5 Murexes in a single space round. Or there's no kill codes and we can't get the I think the biggest potential hindrance of this entire event is the timer. Right?
The time, yeah.
It's either way too long or way too short. And it's entirely dependent on people joining in. Realistically, I think the timer should be there, but the way to resolve the issues is through matchmaking. Like, you have no choice of which which flotilla you're going to, right? You just go to one that is in progress. Yeah?
Yeah.
Because, what day was it? We just kept on turning up.
Do we even? I like your thing actually. Yeah, do we even need to see the Murex and flotilla stuff? Why can't we just be doing missions and then it is behind the scenes allocating resources X, Y, Z? But then they tied the resources to finishing those bloody flotillas. They just shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that. Right.
I'm fine. Like, I agree with you. I think there should be. There's no need for like the flotillas. You could have just had it in
as a mission.
Yeah, just like, you know, in your nav chart, in your star chart, you could have had, you know, here's little duck, you know, top right hand corner, here's little duck, right? Do you want to do a ground mission or a space mission? And then the magic of calculators just picks the one that you should best fit into.
Behind the curtains, and it's just doing it, but you never see this sort of thing, because I assume there must be some reason why the flotillas exist, probably for a DE server load communication thing.
Yes, but what I'm saying,
pairing people up.
What I'm saying is that the flotillas still exist, but you have no choice of which one you're going to, right? Even in a virtual sense of a virtual flotilla that you don't physically go to or digitally go to, you know, you still have this, you know.
Oh no, I still think you should go to one, but I mean behind the scenes where you're allocating your successes to.
Yeah.
Where DE are calculating how many flotillas have been killed, think that you never see that, and that way you just go to the flotilla, and it's just. But yes, you're actually in flotilla number 17, but you look like you're in a. So that way, I just feel that just get rid of this timer. Silly timer.
The only thing that it's too difficult for is having people. Oh God, what's the name of the damn thing? So one thing that I like to do, or we like to do, is have multiple people join the same, like multiple squads join the same flotilla. But I mean, that's proven not to actually work anyway. So, like in the past, we would have 3 or 4 squads actually join the same flotilla. But in the end, like one of us will always end up in a random flotilla anyway.
Right.
You know.
Shame.
So anyway, right. So, and then the last card, was that the last one? That wasn't the last one.
No, there's a scoring one.
And the last one? Oh, yes, the scoring one. So, what do you normally score per flotilla? 41 people responded. 9% said that they're not running the event. 21% said less than 2K. 26% said more than 4K. And 41% said between 2 and 4K. Yep, is a thing.
Yeah, that's almost makes quite a nice bell curve that's leaning slightly towards more.
Yeah. Right. That's it for cards, isn't it?
Cool.
Yeah. Patreon questions.
Scarlet Kingdom asks, with the majority of the bugs related to the event revelry ironed out, how are you enjoying it?
Relatively?
No. Let me just open the original, maybe I'm...
What?
RELIVILY. Really.
Don't
know.
No. Sorry, what was the last part of the question?
Relatively ironed out. Are you enjoying the event?
Yeah, for the most part.
Drunk Paul says, are there any Tennogen you are surprised or upset didn't make the cut?
Yeah, the Mesa design that Hydroxate did. I was surprised that didn't make it.
Oh, well, maybe it'll just need some tweaking and changes, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it always does. But I'm glad the Oberon finally got in.
Nick Evans says, DE appears to be mastering the art of giving certain frames custom animations, with Wisp and Titania both using floating animations, and Grenell having a different skeleton rig to allow for his animations. What other Warframes would you give custom movement animations to, and what kind of animations would they get?
You know, I'd love to see Rhino and Hildren both get like a very heavy but powerful run animation kind of thing. So like, you you've seen you've linked me the oh god, the Space Marine thing. I can't remember what it's called.
Astartes.
That's the one, Astartes. You know how like the Space Marines move and things, like they're very powerful, very big, very heavy. I'd like to see that for like Rhino, Hildren, maybe even Booban. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Next.
Nick Evans also asks, Easter weekend is not far away. Yes, buy your rigs now. Otherwise we have run on them. With the Eastern ephemera, the Easter bunny ears, and the Easter color palette all set to return, if DE were to give in and fully commit to the silly cosmetics during holiday celebrations, what cosmetics do you think they could add holidays like Easter, Christmas, and Halloween, and so on?
For Easter, they should have a skin for throwing weapons, which are eggs. For Halloween, they should have... I don't know. I'd like, you know the Tenno gem, which is like often used as the Batman cape, the really long cloak. There's a Tenno gem, which is like a really long cape sort of thing, and people have used it to like, oh, this is the Batman coat because it's torn at the bottom. I would like to see a cloak similar to that, but actually have a huge collar like a vampire. Yeah, for Halloween. And then Christmas, I don't know, I would just want everyone to be fat. Like fat, jolly Saint Nick.
Santa hats.
Or Santa hats.
Santa hats. And then for Easter, things I think would be kind of cool is if they made all restores into little Easter egg carry bags, and they could add a special, and they could actually make one that's actually useful and put out a Easter time limited, no time, it destroys itself after time or it's expiring Easter restore that does everything.
Yeah.
Make people play the game. You've got 2 weeks where you got a restore, which does ammo,
everything.
health, shields, and energy. Go to town. You know, why not?
Well, yeah, I think you'd have to limit how many of each you could put out, but yeah.
Yeah, you can only carry like 5. Each pair can only carry 5 or something, but you know, because it make it interesting. But they just for an excuse to get people to play at Easter. You know, why not? You know?
Yeah.
Zoogle asks, do you remember the Klondike bar commercials? Only from references on American television, because we never had a Klondike bar.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
Zoogle also asks, what would you do for a Klondike bar? And we'd be like,
what is a Klondike bar?
What's a Klondike bar? Would you like some Cadbury's? Some real chocolate? Oh, the Americans own that too these days anyway. Moving on, Joshua. Minnick. You have an opportunity to permanently add googly eyes to any Warframe of choice, but only one. Which one gets googly eyes?
I want to nominate not a Warframe. I want to say Era gets googly eyes.
I was going to say Loki on the end of the things, but no, yeah, I want Teshin to have googly eyes. Teshin and Eren, googly eyes.
Yeah.
If DE hired me to do voice acting, what character would you come up with for me to play? Grineer, Corpus, Tenno, Syndicate, any go. I would like you to play
Arbiters. I want an Arbiters. I want an actual fucking Arbiters character that actually does anything, that has any personality, that can give any fucking lore elements to the damn world.
Under that. Do you know what? There's no Arbiters. No. Because DE were like, we'll put a mysterious Syndicate in, and they'll be like all mysterious, and we'll reveal in the future what their role is. And then they were like,
who are they?
Don't do anything with these. And we're like, who? Who? What?
Don't know what you're talking about.
Them dudes are just vendors. They just sell stuff. It's all a lie. I know. I would like to see a colonist. I want to see some like they did with the. But make it really bog standard. I just want to see a normal person. Like whenever they try and do normal people, they just make them special. Like look at the Ostrons. Look at the people on Orb Valis. Look at the Myconians.
Myconans.
Myconans.
No, it's like
Myconians are from Star Trek, aren't they? Yeah. So I just want to see some colonists on Mars or something, because that was back to your religious dilemma. What it was all about. So I just want to see some people. Just like we're just people. We ain't got anything special. We're just people. There you go. That's it for those questions.
Arbiters aren't even people. Moving on to the community response.
They're not. Name one.
What, an Arbiter? They don't have one. right?
They're not people.
The whole fluff.
They're not people.
Yeah, the whole fluff of the
They're not
arbiters
people.
is that they're supposed to be
They're not
proving,
people.
you
They're
know,
not
the
people.
value of Tenno outside of combat. And what's their big thing? Fucking forcing Tenno to do more combat, but making it worse.
They're not people. People. What was I also going to say? Yes, you make a good point on that. Well, oh, yes, I was going to say. Yeah, but that's all we know about them. Like, they don't have any. We don't have any knowledge about them as people themselves. Like, what do they hope for? Where do they live? What is their goal? Our goal is that those people do something.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if your whole life, Xeno, it was like, can you describe yourself, Xeno? And you're like, oh, well, what I care about is that
guy does something.
I want old age pensioners. My goal is that old age pensioners should eat more corn. That is everything.
Yeah.
They must, or eat more vegetables. That is my entire purpose in life. It's like,
so you want to eat more vegetables as in the old age pensioner? No. I want the current old age pensioners to eat more corn. This has got nothing to do with it.
I feel very strongly about this. We sit around and think about this a lot. That the old age pensioners should eat more vegetables.
Yep.
That is all.
Yep.
And then they do nothing but sell chocolate to old age pensioners. I don't understand. What are you talking about? This is totally in line with our belief.
Yep.
Right, moving on. What's next?
Community response.
Yes, I've only taken 2 this week because they're small. Because people were asking about the topic. The style that we're doing this. So from Faber. So if I understand this correctly, Xeno can't upload longer versions at the moment because his internet is not good enough. But we are getting shorter ones. Would it theoretically be possible just to make an audio-only version, which might be easier to upload? Maybe upload it to YouTube with just a blank screen. Just a suggestion.
So the current theory is the reason why my main channel is going down in views is because the footage for Arbiters is always the same angles. We think that the stock footage is potentially hurting.
Oh, come on.
What? We don't know. We just don't know. It's so hard to tell. The main channel is still...
a deep breath more.
Huh?
And that makes Anixia deep breath more.
Yes. But but the main channel is actually still going up in subscribers. So
the 10
o'clock one is going up in subscribers. I don't want to bloody jinx it.
I love that we moved 10 o'clock off your main channel for the belief that 10 o'clock was the reason that was stifling your growth.
Yep.
And now 10 o'clock is growing and your main channel is not.
Yep.
Oh, hail 10 o'clock.
Yeah. You can contribute now by subscribing to the 10 o'clock channel.
Please subscribe to the channel because Xeno would love to get to 1,000 subs. We're going to slowly inching our way there, but it would be a big deal for Xeno because the main thing I'll explain this. I know we've got time or short time, but I want to say when we get guests in, we'd be able to link off to their profiles. We can't actually do that without 1,000 subs. You need to be able to do that before you can link externally. So just always going to plug that one because it'd be great to be able to do that. Really, it would be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. No, I really want to do that. This is why we only ask for 4 cards because I don't know.
We're saving the 5th card.
Yeah, that's what maybe, but who knows?
Right. Also from Zurgle, if I make a suggestion, maybe do a show without topics. And what I mean is you both just sit down and talk about this week in Warframe. It wouldn't have to be topics from the forum, just news, current events, pun intended, and thoughts.
Well, it's
kind of what we're doing.
Is a separate thing from 10 o'clock or the same thing?
No, just as a replacement for the 3 topics thing. I think we're kind of doing that anyway, but we're just picking a big topic to talk about. I mean, it's like if we talk about this week in Warframe, we're like, I played Scarlet Spear. What about you?
Yeah,
played Scarlet Spear. What about you?
I
saw the Nightwave was still going. Did some of that.
I saw that the statues and not the statues, the t-shirts and the posters and the pins were being delayed.
Are they?
Did some of that.
Sold out t-shirts. Here's some artwork. I mean, yes, we could sit around and look at some more artwork, but then I don't want to put a stress on people doing artwork. And if there's people doing things,
to be honest, we do like the structure. Oddly enough, I've had someone turn to me on Twitter, just one person turn to me on Twitter, saying that they would watch 10 o'clock more if it was restricted to an hour. However, there's been a significant drop-off in views with the fact that it's only an hour long.
And comments, people commenting on the episode. There was only 9 comments on this episode.
Yeah.
Normally we get about 27, obviously because we're covering lots of different topics. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Is that because we did? I can't, because people are at home, so I assume, or maybe people aren't playing Warframe. I don't know. Maybe people care about the platinum.
No, it might be a case of people are at home and thus not at work and thus not listening to the show.
Yes, could be that people like doing that. I love having podcasts or things on for 3 hours and just listening away while doing something else. Yeah. Sorry, we can't give that to you guys, but
moving on.
Can't. All right, that's it.
Cool. So moving on to the topic. So the topic for the week is Scarlet Spear should not be a temporary event. Interesting.
Well, it won't be.
Yeah.
Well,
it will and it won't.
Name an event with gameplay mechanics which hasn't come back as a permanent fixture of the game.
As was done in the event, or just...
Yes, sort of, I guess.
Survival and...
No, but no, I mean that wasn't like a prototype for a feature which has it into the game. Because that's basically one point is that's how they run every event. None. Yeah, that's what events are. They are actually just prototype tests for additions to the game.
Yeah. So the topic is... this is the start of the new war.
Oh!
Go on.
That one with the infested, and there was pheromones, and they got harder and harder.
I don't remember that one.
I think it was the release of the Eris tile set, and it was like you got smellier, which meant more infested attacked you. I know that technically the game, the maps are added in, but that sort of mechanic where you got smellier and thus the next mission would be harder and you could then adjust it.
I don't remember that at all.
Oh, well.
What event was that?
I'll go find it. You want to read the topic?
Yeah, I mean, that's clearly got to be before Operation Eyes of Blight because there's no other trophy for it. So, if there's no trophy, I'm going to struggle to remember. Right.
That's how Xeno remembers things, trophies.
Well, yeah, I look at the trophy.
He's a simple man.
Yeah.
What he remembers is giant wads of beautiful gold statues.
Yep.
To immortalize his victories against his enemies.
Yeah. I'm really disappointed that this one doesn't have a trophy. This is the start of the new war. Part of the main story. Why is a time limited event? I haven't done Railjack yet, let alone the sentient ships in the Veil. But I am being forced to skip ahead in the story so I don't miss the rewards. And this, which is set after the Sacrifice and Era, is being pushed on new players who don't even know what a sentient is. Well, you should know what a sentient is from the Second Dream, not the Sacrifice.
Yeah, sorry, let me catch my hand on that. You keep going.
There is some validity in what is being said here.
Oh, definitely with the error stuff. Definitely with that. Why even have error in this event?
Well, I don't think he is.
Yeah, but they make it about him.
Do they?
Okay, but yeah, he's in the relay. It's a giant statue.
You mean
holographic statue?
Yeah.
In the flotillas, and Little Duck even mentions him. I have no idea how Little Duck knows about him, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Why even mention him? It's just because we got to get work out of that model, make a giant 3D version of it, see-through holographic version of it. Why?
Chronologically, it doesn't make a great deal of sense because you shouldn't see the events on the ship without being on the Murex where Lotus and Era are, or Natar and Era. Yeah, you weren't there to witness the actions yet.
No,
right?
Yeah.
So for me, this is just storytelling. This is breaking the immersion, so it's giving you a better narrative of what is going on. Like, one of the things I dislike about the Harry Potter films is you always see it from Harry's perspective. You never see it from any other character's perspective, right? Which to me feels underwhelming. So being...
Yeah, you do.
Huh?
Yeah, you do.
What do you mean? When?
In the later ones, you see like people pulling their memories out, and then like you get to see like certain events from other people's points of views. Like you see Dumbledore actually being quite harsh, and that's when you get Snape saying things like, "You're fattening up like a pig for slaughter." Spoilers for Harry Potter. You're fattening up for like a pig to slaughter. That the Dark Lord will kill Harry, and you see Dumbledore be quite callous and kind of like, "Yeah, I'm going to use them as a tool. You have to win this war." Kind of thing. You do see it through other people's points of view. A few things, sometimes, now and then.
Was this like really late in the books?
Yeah, it's like in the last two films.
Right. Okay. Because I can't. I really.
They basically steal that thing from Lord of the Rings, where you look into Galadriel and you see like visions, and they kind of pull memories out and stick it in there.
Right. Wait. Did Harry witness this?
Harry's the one who basically... It's always Harry looking into other people's things, like...
Yeah, so it's still Harry's perspective.
No, but it's Harry seeing other people's perspective.
Yeah.
Which is a narrative method to let the audience see another person's perspective.
Yeah. But it's not something I particularly like. It's like saying you have Star Wars, right? That you have the New Hope movie, but you have none of the bad guy side. It's like the only scenes you ever see are the ones with Luke in it.
You do see scenes in Harry Potter from other points of view. You see, like, Voldemort holding a meeting of evil people.
When?
And it's at the start of one of the last films again, and he needs a wand because he can't use his wand to talk to...
Yeah, no, I vaguely remember. I know, like, dude, I seriously switched off in those movies. I'm like, I was just dragged to see them.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so the whole point is, I think it's a better way of telling the narrative if you can actually have more than one point of view, and I'm fine with it. The point of having this plot narrative with part of the sentient stuff happening before you get to know what the hell's... Like, again, you could witness this before you get the Chimera prologue.
What could you witness?
The third part of the New War. The New War is episodic, yeah? Yeah. So you could actually witness, you could actually see, you could watch the third part of the New War before you even done the Chimera prologue.
Gee.
Yeah.
Wow. What? Have we got the third bit? I thought the third bit was not out yet.
No, it's out.
What's the first bit?
Chimera prologue.
Second bit?
The one called Era, the where you go inside the Murex, you smash the thingy.
What's the third bit?
The new one that happens at the beginning of this event. I mean, I could type it to you. I don't want to say it out loud because they're a console.
Type it. My brain...
Hold on. Let me
I don't remember this. Like, my brain's like, what?
I'm sure you've seen it because I remember... I think it was... No, that was Zale. Give me... I'll type it to you now. Do you know?
You just load Warframe. I'm like, what?
You see that?
I haven't seen that.
How have you not seen that?
I have not seen that.
The game forces everyone to see it.
Did not force me to see it.
That's weird.
No idea what you're talking about.
Because, like, Zale saw it when he logged in, and then there was a thing where if you get your first... you finish your first relay, it then forces people to see it. How you've not seen it, I don't know.
I think when finishing my first flotilla, you mean? My first flotilla, I think I logged in, logged off before it finished.
No, but even so, you would have thought, like, oh, wow, I'm surprised. If you go to the Codex now...
You have a look.
We're being a bit vague and cryptic only because there are the console players are only getting it soon.
Console players.
Yeah.
Are they getting it soon?
They're getting it soon.
Nice. So if I go to here and I go quests, new war. I'm gonna just show you this.
Is it still phased out?
Not completed. I've not seen that. You don't think I'm right?
Oh no, I believe you. Is it? Hold on. Is it still phased out? Can you click on it?
No, I can say I can click on it.
Right. I'm utterly
I can click on
shocked.
that.
It like for me, it turned on when I logged in.
Nope. I can still log in. It's not.
Wow. There's the third part, by the way.
How long is it?
Is
it long?
It's a few minutes long.
Right, I won't watch that now then. Okay.
So the whole point is that as a new player, you experience this third part of the narrative before you necessarily have to experience the other two parts.
Lucky new players. I haven't even experienced this yet.
And
you sure maybe it's not a bug that they've experienced this?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I don't know of any new players that haven't done the... Actually, I can double check. I'll double check with Yi because she hasn't done... I don't think she's done the sacrifice yet or even the Chimera prologue. So maybe she can't see it. But, you know, she can still do the event. So
It's a tricky thing with events because events are the only point at which the timeline kind of moves forward, Warframe wise. Things happen and they affect things going on. So, should a new player be forced to experience things which are ahead in the story? Well, at some point they're going to have to, because otherwise you're going to say you can't join the event until you get this far in the story, and that could be like 50 hours of gameplay away.
Yeah.
So I think it's all video games that are live service eventually fall into this kind of trap where sometimes that kind of happens. But I'm sorry, just you'll catch up quickly. Where have you been for the last 7 years?
Well, no, I mean, like, personally, I'm not a fan of the way the narrative is being told. I would much rather a dedicated quest, right?
Yeah, I feel this. Something every year, DE tries to they want to do their best ever, and they always come up with these great ideas. They keep trying to push the boat out, and they keep just destroying themselves over it and having to butcher what they're trying to build. Something tells me that all these bits and pieces for this new war and the quests and the Murex and this event and the squad link, and they just kind of have to rebuild it on the fly into a new form so they can release it in a different way from the original plan. I can't believe they wanted to release this. It gets to the point that it's so disjointed and odd. Yeah.
I don't think this is a problem. I don't think the event is going to go away after this. It might go away for a very short period of time.
So obviously I haven't seen the cutscene. Does the cutscene link into talking about why the flotillas are here, or
no? So
does the loss of the event invalidate what you see in the cutscene?
It depends on what the following cutscenes are.
Yeah.
So
what does it require flotillas in which we're blowing up Murex and people doing Earth missions for this to function in the future? Logically.
It depends on what the next part of the story is. Right?
Because I would hate it if there was still this left as like a game mode where you need the space missions and the Earth missions. Not going to work, because unless they put a really good resource in there, and if they leave arcanes in there, they just become mandatory for going to get your arcanes. And then why would you ever go to Eidolons again? Very few reasons. So they can't leave this in, and
at least they can't leave in those.
You'd have poor people going there to flotillas, doing Earth missions to get kill codes, then going in space to plug them in, then going back to Earth to get more kill codes, then going to space because nobody else wants to do this bloody weird game mode that's been left in that has no real function over to just make this story work. No, I'm sorry. This will. I bet you for the foreseeable future, we might get this as a recurring event when a wave of Murex turn up. But then my understanding of why they're firing the what are the things they shoot out? You do on the Earth missions?
Chondrix.
The Chondrix being shot to Earth. They wouldn't want to be forever doing that in the way they're doing it. It's my understanding as well. Plot-wise.
Why wouldn't they want to?
Well, they're doing it for a reason, aren't they?
Yes.
Because they're looking for stuff.
Yeah.
So eventually you find what you want. And then you don't waste resources firing giant missiles at planets for no reason other than they're looking for things. We found the things.
See, this is why, yeah, it doesn't feel like it's good to have the narrative tied into, like, yeah, I'm slowly getting more on board with what this person is saying. It doesn't matter even if it's a temporary event or not, because it's like, regardless of the fact that you have, say, the Star Wars stuff, say, you know, the space-based combat in Star Wars, like in the Return of the Jedi, was temporary. So then all of a sudden you've got like Darth Vader and the Emperor talking about, I'm going to destroy your forces in space. It's like, what space forces? I am completely unaware of this as Luke Skywalker. You know, what do you know, let me read this history book. It's like, oh my god, there was a war here like 50 years ago? Damn, where was I?
So you're saying you want it kept in? Because that doesn't make sense. You could just be seeing it as a cutscene. Because if you go through Luke, if you're taking it into a video game and you're saying that Luke's story is the path the player takes, then knowing that there's some players out there doing some stuff, so there's some NPCs out there having a fight on the place that you're currently at, you can just, okay, that's fine.
But the thing
you don't need to see that. You don't need to experience that.
So
Luke didn't experience flying around a spaceship.
You're right. You're right. You're totally right. Don't get me wrong. You're right. You're right. But my point is, unless they show the players...
Yeah, put a cutscene in.
Yeah, but when have they ever done that?
Well, you don't need... You just say like...
You know, there's plot stuff behind...
It's hard to say because I don't know. I have to go see this cutscene, which I don't know how long it'll take, so I can't really go do that. So I'm not...
Okay, all I can say is the cutscene is very open-ended, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
And it leads into the event almost instantly. Yeah?
Right.
So if you do not have the event, you then ask the question of, well, what did that amount to?
Right. You know, I'm just going to playing.
Yeah?
I'm just going to click it. Yeah.
Fair enough. I was going to say, do you want to go into the responses?
No, it's fine. I can responses, yeah. All of these events that were only temporary should be made into quests. Hell, even little cinematics. We cured Alad V. Who the hell is Teshin, and why am I chasing him through the main story quest? As an intermediate player, post Railjack, 400 hours, I'm missing so much of the story because they don't revisit these events at all. Didn't you want like a comic or something?
No, I wanted a series of videos in the Codex.
Yeah, videos, yeah.
Yeah, that basically explained what the event was and things like that. Because, yeah, again, in the second dream, Alad V talks about you having to pay him back, right? Do you remember what the payback was?
No.
It was protecting him from the acolytes. Yeah, which was Shadow Debt. Yeah, which is a non-replayable quest, event. So there's no lore element to that whatsoever. So if people haven't done that, they wouldn't know that we've already paid him back. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So I wouldn't say make the events replayable, but certainly have a little cinematic. You know, the fact that we cured Alad V, and part of the problem though is then, you know, different platforms have different directions in the narrative, because I think it was either PS4 or Xbox. Nathaniel won in Tube Men, so technically Alad V shouldn't have been cured, but he was actually cured in all the narratives anyway. He got just enough of the clone data to get cured.
Yeah.
Next.
This event isn't healthy for the game. I cannot be any more convinced than it was designed by people who don't play the game and therefore cannot see how players view the game through this.
That is just a... I'm sorry, that is a really short, narrow mindset of a reply. Yes, of course they play the game. It is absolutely moronic to think that they don't play the game. This just sounds to me like someone's unhappy of the event in and of itself and is just commenting saying it's a bad event. You're still watching the cutscene, aren't you?
Finished it. That does not need the current event at all.
What do you mean?
That it's very open ended and it doesn't give a time limit. You don't need to. It's not anything to the immediate event at all. That could be whatever's the next stage in any way. So if there is anything next stage,
there should be.
Well, no, because this event where you're fighting the Murexes won't be the absolute and undeniable defeat of all sentient forces everywhere, will it?
No, but my point is there should be more to the plot.
Yeah, but I don't need to see them launching ships at Earth to look for something after that.
So it really depends on what the
I
next
would go
part
with a
of the plot is.
99.9% certainty. It doesn't matter what the next part of the plot is because the next part of the plot thing will ever lead on from that. It doesn't need the event. The event does not lead on from what I've just seen.
Okay, fine.
In any way. That has nothing to do with the event.
Right. Next reply.
Oh, sorry. My comment on the person there. Yeah, no, they play the game. I just want to point that out. They play the game.
Yeah.
And I've still got it. I've got it saved on my desktop. Actually, I can't remember the person whose video it is. But when somebody is at Christmas, when they said about Railjack, and they thought the DE are actively trying to sabotage their own game, and I'm like, because they want it to die or something. I'm like, you have no idea how much effort and time these people are putting into this. They want it to succeed. It's literally what gives them money to live off of, and there for their families and themselves and all their hopes and dreams for the future. It's like, no, they want this to be the best thing they can, and they are like, who would think that?
Stupid people.
Dear. And so this event isn't healthy for the game. I'd love to get these people on and say like, well, what is healthy for the game? Yeah. And people are like, oh, we need more stuff. And you always get the answers that are very vague. And I'm looking at this we get, oh, we need better AI. We need better challenge. We need better difficulty. We need more complexity. We need more this. And it's like,
well, here
though I don't agree that you're wrong.
Yeah.
How do you think you achieve that? I mean, I could just say, yes, make more game.
Yeah.
And then they make more game. And like, game bad. Don't make game. It's like,
game failing. Game dying. Make more game.
Now, is this event isn't healthy for the game? I want to point out also that Warframe doesn't exist by itself. There's also the world as large. How's this event working? This event's a work in progress that's actually up for a month, which is actually going to provide a lot for people at home and can't go to work. Need something to distract themselves. I'm sure this event is helping people distract people. It's giving them something to do. That's a good thing. I don't know if they intended for this to be a week-long event or if they then changed it due to what was coming out to a month-long one. Maybe they did. I mean, it doesn't take a month to get the rewards for the event itself. I've still got 24 days left, and I've got the 50,000 one ages ago. So maybe they did. Maybe they thought, right, let's adjust this to give people something to do for a month because people will want to play Warframe for a reason. So there's probably there might be even thought of that. So this event isn't healthy for the game? Why? I don't know. Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
This is an issue a lot of MMORPGs have when they do things that alter the story. I dislike it as it can deter some new players. Those that really want to know the whole story of the game, and sooner or later players leave the game and often don't come back because they miss so much. So you just sort of bleed out on player count. Fair point. As you were saying, yeah, there should be a way to revisit that knowledge. The thing is, maybe they don't have the time, the people to come up with it. Maybe it should be down to YouTubers to come up with clever ways to give people a summary of an event.
Yeah, but then the argument comes back to, should this not be in the game?
What do you mean?
Well, going out to a third-party source to find out the knowledge of what happened as opposed to it being within the game
You mentioned,
itself.
sorry, while I was watching that thing about that Alad V, quite. Why is Silly Lotus back? That Alad V
Shadow Debt
with the getting enough. I thought, no, you mean Tubeman?
Second Dream.
Yeah,
right?
Second Dream. He says you owe me.
Yeah, and then Shadow Debt is us paying him back because we protect him from the acolytes.
But that happens continuously, doesn't it?
No, the acolytes come back, right?
Yeah.
But we never fight the. Is it Misery or something? The last one where we had to protect him from the acolytes.
Right.
Yeah, and he would also give us dialogue and stuff like this. None of that.
Has that been mentioned anything later?
What do you mean?
Does that point of contention come back later? Does that lead on to any plot or story points after that point in the main story?
No.
I think it should be down to players to kind of tell the story of the event that was to newer players.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm a veteran of that fight. Let me regale you with tale, like we always say about our Gravidius. Gravidius was the war. You youngins don't know of the war of Gravidius. It was amazing. It's actually a very grindy event. We just kept doing the same missions over. But it was the war of Gravidius. I think it's down for that. Could he put something in? I think like your idea is the best. Something small, maybe a cutscene, maybe a thing, maybe they should do. I can never say the place with the Warframe knowledge that you go to.
Simulacrum?
No, the one with the lore.
Oh, the Lavarian.
Yes, maybe they should do Lavarian for like all events, so it's like an event that fills in the gaps.
Yeah, that would be excellent.
Because it would be forever expanding.
Yeah.
As more bits are added. Yeah. That's maybe one. Right, let's move on. Honey? Honey?
I think they're talking to OP.
Honey. Almost every single operation prior to 2017 was a one-shot and influenced the lore of the game. Curing Alad V was an operation and takes place prior to the Second Dream. New players, including myself, will have no idea what is going on, especially since he was infected after the Second Dream. I had to have this explained to me. Your point is valid, but this isn't unprecedented, and there's word that it will return as another source of arcanes.
I don't know about that last sentence.
Yeah, I mean, at one point we kill Vor, and then Vor's back, and then Vor's in the void. Like,
oh, that was
when we had Phobos with.
Yes, was it Phobos?
Yeah. It was Phobos. Now it's Mars Tileset. When it was released as
Phobos
after Arid Fear as the Mars settlement on Phobos. That's where they were hidden.
Okay, I'm just gonna say yes. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's always the actual flow of the story in Warframe is you had to play it as it went. Can you still enjoy it afterwards? Yes. Are there some bits of jank? Yes. Do they ruin the overall story? Not really, unless you really want to be nitpicky. Can you get it explained to you? Yeah, because they're mostly very small things like, oh yeah, Alad V got cured or Alad V got infected, whatever. Could D have avoided this? Yes, they could have come up with more characters rather than bloody. We're putting in this. I remember when they put in Alad V, they were like, "We're putting in Alad V because we use Vor so much for the Grineer, so we wanted one for the Corpus, so we could start giving Corpus characters." And then they kept reusing Alad V for every event to the point that it just doesn't make sense his storyline anymore.
Well,
same thing for Vor. They kept using Vor too much, and now Vor doesn't make sense and is stuck in the void because he's so confused.
Well, I mean, it's also the fact that you kill bosses and then bosses start talking to you again. I'm like, but I killed you.
Well, no, you defeated them. That's a video game trope.
Pretty sure me putting that much bullets in their bodies make them dead. Right, moving on.
But you didn't know that you missed every vital organ. Moving on. You missed every vital organ every time.
Moving on. Right.
That's the last one.
Okay, cool. So, moving on. We're going to do the memes. Do the memes.
Oh, okay. Meme 1?
Nah. Hand clap.
Your short time.
You got your fucking time to do the hand clap!
Click. 1, 2, 3. Review.
Okay.
What do you do?
Oh, fucking just do it now!
Sounds are triggering people. So the first one I saw was an Astartes one.
Oh my god.
And so I had to put it in. Your access to the in-game chat was suspended. Nezha is a punch bolt of fire. So if anyone doesn't know what this is, and you don't know what Astartes is, Astartes is I think he's Russian. There's a Russian guy. It's one person who makes this, by the way, who makes the most amazing 40k cinematic they've ever been done. And if Games Workshop have any sense, they will hire the person, give him a production studio to hire like 4 or 5 more people of his choosing or whatever, and train them up and give them time and let this dude just make a bloody 40k film, because it will just destroy the world. It'll be amazing. And by the way, you've seen Astartes episode 5 now?
Yeah.
At the end, he says, I have learned a lot from this and I will use this in the future to up the quality. And then people in the comments are like, up the quality. And then people say, how? It's like, this is how you can achieve this. I don't even, nobody knows.
Right.
Like, I will have the quality. I've learned so much. Like, no, mate. Just make more. Right. So there's the first one. Obviously, the Nezha is a thingy joke, but it was the DE kick button. Yeah. Moving on to number 2. I saw this one today, and I was like, I just want Anthem to be good. Warframe players, Destiny players, shaking hands, and then they look down. Poor Anthem. Poor Anthem. I love that occasion, just Destiny players and Warframe players would just poor Anthem. Oh well. Moving on to number 3. Tenosites Epidemic. Let's have a very topical one. Self-isolation with an ember sitting in fire. This is fine. There we go. That Technosite epidemic. Yeah. Moving on to number 3. Just unloaded.
Wasn't that 3? That was 3.
Sorry, 4. Yes, 4. Yeah, my brain was saying 4, and I said 3. Just unloaded a Soma clip into some Corpus robot. Didn't even flinch. Nice. When new player finished the War Within quest and tries to solo a sortie mission. I don't know if you know what this is from. This is West Side Story,
right?
With the sharks and the jets, and they just sit there, just like a gang of people, and they're sitting there. So it's tough guy, finger snapping, because the player tries to solo sortie, high level mobs.
Right.
It's very good one.
Number 5.
Number 5, stonks. Do you know about stonks?
No.
It's one letter different from stocks.
Okay.
And there's a meme of like this very low CG guy, and it's like stonks are going up and stonks going down. So anyway, this one is, obviously we have the thing that can't be named at the moment, the Dow Jones Industrial Average there, tanking, I sleep. Arcane Energize on Warframe on the Warframe market is just tanking.
Oh my god.
So it's like, don't care about the real world economics, but that Arcane Energize. Man, that price per unit is almost halved.
Yeah.
Get out now.
Yeah. And
then finally, just because I saw this one, I laughed. So how to patch a broken update in the Digital Extremes. Make it happen, D. Come on, make it happen. Let's go. It's Affinity Weekend. Affinity Month is what I want. Yep.
Oh my god. I'm kind of sad that I didn't so I didn't exploit the Double Affinity Weekend last weekend and just get the K drives done.
Yeah.
I still have to build them. Oh, they're gross.
Yep.
Right. Now we're going on to the community shoutouts. So, first community shoutout is this gorgeous, unfathomably amazing Titania Prime by Tiny Nightingale.
I'd watch the anime.
Yep, I would watch the anime too. And the second season. Right. Next.
Which inevitably isn't quite as good because they don't capture the original premise of the first series to heart, but it's still watchable and kind of enjoyable still.
I know, the second season of High School Double D is just amazing.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I meant for ones which only had like 2 seasons. That's normally what happens. Like, that's on like 4 now, isn't it?
Oh no, they're doing their 5th now, but like,
I just have to say,
Infinite Stratos.
Something Stratos. Yeah, something Birdie.
Firstly, the Mighty Decode and Infinite Stratos. Oh man,
second season
so
is like
good, and then they ruined it.
But they didn't ruin them. They just kind of didn't get what was good and kind of petered out.
Moving on.
It was nice, but
moving on. So, Jelly Murder Machine by B Ghost. Like, I love this. This is
a happy Jelly Murder Machine.
Yep.
I really like doing the jellyfish part of the Survivor. Very nice.
The only criticism I have is her right foot. What is it doing? which way is it facing? I don't understand.
Yes, I see what you mean. What it's basically
shading
doing
on it is
it's
wrong.
supposed to be like, right, it should be like, my hand should be like that, but it's actually like that.
Or alternatively, the other way.
We should see some side. We should see some side.
Yeah, it could either be
like
that or the other, direct opposite. Direct opposite. Yeah. So you just don't know which way it is because it's got no proper shade to it.
No, because if you look at the other foot, you see that the side of the foot is white, red, red, white, red, red.
Okay, so definitely the underside of the foot.
That's definitely the underside of the foot, but it should be flat. It should be like that to the ground, and we should see the side. Instead, it's like that because we're looking at the bottom.
Yeah. That's my only criticism, but I really...
She's going to sprain that ankle.
Yeah.
She's going to sprain that ankle bad.
Yeah. Maybe she doesn't because of her zip wire skills.
She's got sure-footed, of course.
Right. So, next one, the third one, is Limbo Deluxe by Eon Height. I think this is one of their older ones. I'm not entirely sure if we've had this on before. If we have, we had it on a very, very long time ago. But it's got a little Vombalist on it. What?
It's so beautiful. So detailed.
Yeah. So, for anyone who doesn't know this, if you take the Grax helmet for Limbo and you put it on the deluxe skin, he looks like a ghost pirate. It is fantastic, and everyone should do it.
Guess with that dangly thing.
Huh?
Dangly thing. Because the Deluxe helmet has the dangly thing, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you just get the...
But you get the cool Deluxe skin with a good helmet and no dangly thing.
Yeah, but he looks like a ghost pirate. That's the important part.
Yeah.
Ghost
so
pirate.
You step up. You trade off your dangly thing for ghost pirate.
Yeah, instead of weird void magician, ghost pirate.
With dangly thing.
Right, so then the next one is number 4, Nova Corpora by Floofy Dwagon. So, yep, Nova Corpora. Designed by Flaming Hell. Oh God, is it? It is Flaming Hazmat, isn't it? That's going to bug me. The person that designed the Corpora stuff.
Frelling
Hazmat, that's it, yes. Good job, Loz. Coming to my rescue.
It was in the ads of the tweet.
Yeah, I can't see that. Right. Number 5 is Error But Uman by Plicket. Still no eyes. Oh, no, that's what Natar does.
I know.
Yeah. That's awesome. I like that a lot.
It is good.
Right. Then number 6 is another Titania Prime, but more of a portrait shot and things, and by Cleo Natarin.
I'd also watch the anime.
Yeah. Or just get a poster of it. Put it up in your Lisette. Should be done. Number 7 is...
I'd read the manga.
Warframe manga by Battlewolf 359. Honestly, I saw this and was like, holy crap, I want to read this. This has got such an 80s...
Yeah, I love it. You got Mag with the thumbs up. You got Bolt with the sort of bad salute. And you got the Rhino.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of JoJo-esque, kind of Battle Angel Alita.
What?
Yeah. What?
Is it JoJo-esque with the machine gun?
No. The 3 guys in the background.
I think it's more generic.
How many JoJos have you seen?
3 dudes in the background being ghostly is now attributed entirely to JoJo.
No. It's not entirely attributed to JoJo. But you do know that in JoJo, mostly everyone dies.
Oh yeah, and then they've got ghost silhouettes of them.
Exactly.
But I think you hit it harder with the 80s thing.
Yeah.
It's very 80s.
But
very 80s.
Yeah. And then number 8, which is Free Loan Doodle by Zilvtree. So obviously there is a huge influx of people playing Animal Crossing.
Never get Animal.
And I will say that the new one is a lot better than the older ones. But
why would you have to give clams to a raccoon?
Oh, it's not clams this time. It's actual money.
Right.
But it's still like, you know, it's a Ponzi scheme. It's a Ponzi scheme. What you call it?
Why not
Nintendo
just
is
kill him?
trying to tell you that Ponzi schemes
And
are
then take the
okay.
money. Yeah. But why not just kill him and take the money?
I know. Right. So, but still, this is a
And
really
then never
nice
be in
doodle.
debt again.
Cool. This is a really nice doodle, isn't
I
it?
just can't.
This is a really nice doodle, isn't it?
But it's Animal Crossing, so it just
Cool.
triggers me.
Cool. Right. So that's it for the community shoutouts. Lars, hit me up with your quote now.
Why is the wolf in a net?
Lars, hit me up with your quote now.
Okay. Annoying you is always fun. The void is dying. Orokin kind faces extinction. 17 years ago, the 10-0 project sent a mission to renew the void, but that mission was lost before it reached the void. 16 months ago, I, Archimedean Peritol, and a crew of 7 left the solar system.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Our payload,
You fucking asshole! You know I hate this movie!
With a mass equivalent to a small moon, our purpose to create a void within a void.
Say it again without me bursting out so everyone else can hear it.
The void is dying. Orokin kind faces extinction. 17 years ago, the 10-0 project sent a mission to renew the void, but that mission was lost before it reached the void. 16 months ago, I, Archimedean Peritol, and a crew of 7 left the solar system trapped in a void storm. Our payload, a void bomb with a mass equivalent to a small moon. Our purpose, to create a void within a void.
So this is Sunshine.
Yeah.
And I hope you rot in hell for making me think about that movie. Oh, God, that movie blows. Right. So that's it for this week. Thank you very much for listening. God damn you, you asshole.
I should call it a transference bomb.
I've never
made no sense though.
I've never wanted to stop doing these outros more in my life.
I spent like 40 minutes going through. Sometimes you know how you just can't find a film that'll work, and you're just like, I've done that one. I've done the actual quote. Nah, and then you're like, and then you just find something that you know will just work.
It just triggered me massively. Cool. So that's it for this episode. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. And we will see you for next week. When we're Loz.
Keep playing the Scarlet Spear.
Why?
Scarlet Spear.
Oh, if you've gotten this far, make sure you check out Zale's video where he and I interview the voice actor for Error.
And I play Scarlet Spear.